Hello there, Smite fans, and welcome to the North American Challenger Circuits. Right now, we are going to be going through. We have 4 sets listed today, and they are competing now for 2 teams to go up to the SBO relegations, and 2 teams, once again, to get knocked back down to fight the Combine teams for their spots here in the circuit. Today, joining me will be Freight Train. My name is Gormizer, and Freight, I'm pretty sure you're just as excited for these as I am.
I mean, I'm excited that I finished that bacon, egg, cheese biscuit while you were talking, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm ready to rock and roll. Let's go.
Starting off the day right, dude.
Dude, McDonald's 2 for $3.50. Shout outs. Let's go. We got this. Easy mode. Gotta get the breakfast in before you cast all day. That's a key.
Yeah, but I mean, with that, I'm going right into it already. Bans coming through. Nemesis, Sana. I mean, it's the same thing we've seen pretty much every week, pretty much every game so far, especially what we saw out of yesterday. This last ban, I think, is going to be what determines what Tubby turkeys are going to lean into. There are a lot of picks that we've seen teams go in for first. I mean, Soul has been grabbed very early on lately. We've seen Bologna, who has made it through here, and just a lot of really good picks that could be grabbed, and it's going to be the Kernanos.
Yeah, I mean, Kern, first pick, we have it. I mean, the first pick flexibility is just really, what are you trying to build your team around? You know, with the Kernanos, so just obviously stating, all right, you know, we're definitely looking for that mid to late game, you know, aspect. Obviously, Kern has a decent early game as well, but obviously truly shines once he gets that, you know, those abilities and that one leveled up in the mid game.
I haven't seen Kepri in a hot minute. This is someone who I'm
especially that
almost
early.
Completely used to, just not being seen. This picked up, just picked up, like you said, this early on alone is going to be something that I guess Monkey Business, with Ratcheteer's support, I guess it's not as surprising to think about it just because he loves this god. But with the nerfs that he kind of experienced more recently, Ganesh has been like the #1. We have to grab this support. This is the one we need. This is what's going to make our team great. Kepri still has a lot going for him. He still has that res, but up this early, I'm not sure if it was really worthwhile for Monkey Business.
I mean, I guess they're really going to be trying to rely on the silence that they can go ahead and provide with the Kepri and the Pluck, making sure that, you know, if they do go ahead and grab that Kern well, they got to really be careful, because if you grab the Kern or now even the Soul, you know, they can still auto attack. So really, the Kepri is going to be got to be really safe. Ratcheteer is going to have to play really, really safe on it, and maybe the Isis with a little bit of CCs and the silences and the stuns could help that.
All right, right now, the only thing I want, Isis, Hunbats, flipped just so each one can be on their team with their respective name. Isis has been the one god I have wanted like a turkey Thanksgiving theme skinned around. I think that'd be perfect for Tubby Turkey's not going for it. And of course, Hunbats, I mean, he's a monkey.
That so, or like
playing against each other.
You gotta get the Isis over there or something like that. That would be too good. But the Hunbat selection is, you know, let's be real. That's probably the best jungler.
Oh yeah.
Well, one of the best junglers in the game, other than past like Serket, you know. But Serket just gets banned so often, way too much mobility, and Susano is really the same way. Those 2 gods prioritized have to get banned out, and obviously we saw them. Ganesh, as you mentioned, that's the support that you normally want to grab. Yeah, gonna get the ban on the second phase. Not surprised.
Yeah, him and Fafnir are taking off 3 supports banned out from Monkey Business, not wanting to give Tubby Turkeys anything for Mango to play. But I mean, there's still plenty of Guardians left, and honestly, at this point, I'd say Sobek's probably going to be one of the ones that's kind of higher tiered. Bacchus is one that we haven't seen in a long time, but he's still played relatively often when at least you see 3 support bans coming out. But the Hu Yi locked in right there. Robin was taken off the board as well, so Bologna looking to have an easier matchup. There's going to be a Bacchus, and now they're looking for their last one. Whoever is going to try and fight over here into this Bologna, that's going to be rough because that's Xenon Hawk.
Yeah, I mean, Bologna, obviously a tough matchup to deal with regardless. And Amaterasu, you're pretty much saying you're okay with losing the first couple of waves and getting pushed in a little bit, unless you get some severe help from the Hunbots. You're normally going to lose levels 1 through 5, so you just got to be a little bit careful there in the soul lane. But should be okay once you able to get the Heavenly Reflection online and able to clear the wave. Neja is going to be the jungle selection.
In Europe?
All right, I mean, Neja. I'll like I said, we'll see what happens.
I don't think I've seen a Naja get picked up really outside of Europe too much in North America, really. Just one of those assassins that doesn't usually get picked up this early, but of course, still going to be useful, still has some stuns, still has some ability, and honestly, a lot of good poke for it. But we'll just have to see how that's handled in-game. Monkey Business trying to run that one. And I know both of these teams usually like to get a little aggressive. I can already see Monkey Business getting a little aggressive in the jungle, possibly going to be looking for a steal or at least a kill early on. They tend to gank this mid lane, and I'm just waiting to see if they want to go for it.
Yeah, Sham already over there looking directly at the Fire Giant pit toward that area, knowing exactly what's going on. All members, actually. You do see even Awesome Jake. He's over here by the mid lane. He was on the left-hand side. Just a lot of movement around early on the map, trying to see where everyone's at. Viper going to take the early poke from the Stellar Burst, and no overhead smash, though.
So this is just an interesting split up because now with Awesome Jake in the mid lane, they're splitting this mid wave 1-1, but they get that aggression and they're going to attempt the steal. But this looks, again, with the positioning on the map, this is one of those moments where it's going
like a lot of these are washouts.
Stopping power, just rotate right over into the jungle. Awesome Jake might have something to say about it, but at this point he's level 1 and it's a 1v2. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I get the cheeky invades like this. I get like, let's start 3 here and do all that. I really, you know, get the concept of, all right, let's try to do something to counter what they did. But really all this ends up coming out to is a giant wash. Somebody throws a lane in, you know, this person has to go that way. And now stopping power trying to get Sham really low.
And now Glavis going to have to run away as fast as he can right now. Stopping power, all he has to do is get a stun, something from his team, but it's not going to work out. The jump going to be a little bit too good for him, but that opens up the blue buff, depending on whether or not they want to try to fight this 3v1 on the side of Tubby Turkeys. I'd rather let that one just fall right now, and that's going to be their choice too.
Honestly, the first blood for Monkey Business is just well played. I mean, they saw exactly what happened, and they just countered it great. Tubby Turkeys just, I mean, I felt like they were calling out their play from the beginning. He was just like, hey, we're going to go do this, we're going to run your speed, and then we're going to go to the Oracle or the Elementals, and you can go kill us there. And I mean, the playbook was just easily read, and you know, Monkey Business has had a nice counter to it. We were able to kind of get that kill.
And I feel like they did a smart thing just because one of the things I know about, you know, when you look at a Soul late game, Disapparate is just up almost all the time. Every single time you try to lock down a Soul, she just gets away from you. She either has beads, Aegis, or when Disapparate comes up, she's able to just kind of walk right away from all of your damage. So getting that down early on is going to help him out, as now Glaive is going to get plucked out, get a little damage returned onto Monkey Business, but everyone's just going to be kind of going back out. It's now the 3v3 we're used to, and the poke coming out. There's the Neja ring, and Sham looking a little worse for wear.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good throw right there by stopping power, able to go right in there, not worried about the minions at all or anything like that. Do we have the minions in there to tank up the tower? Throws the ring, gets a little bit of extra poke, really, again, forcing everyone back here. He's sitting at level 3 right now, still stopping power. Really, once this guy hits level 5, the nade shot goes, I mean, you got to be looking for him to take out the Hoom bots more or less, but he is going straight to the right-hand lane, knowing that Ama's pretty low, but it's like Awesome Jake is going to smell that one out, take a step back.
I just like that one that you can see. They know the timer on the Elementals since Tubby Turkeys were around when they were killed, and I believe they actually got them there. Knowing the fact they're like, all right, we see Neja going into the jungle. Ama, just go ahead, back up. We know you're winning the fight against Xenon Hawk right now, but that Neja is coming for your butt. Get on out of there. And that's exactly what happens. I mean, right now they're splitting the jungle. It looks like Monkey Business is going to be able to take control, but they're not getting full control of the lane just yet.
Well, Xenon Hawk is about to have a heck of a good time against this Amaterasu with only Boots 1 when he's got Boots 3 online. So Awesome Jake is going to have to play this one really, really far back. He's level 5 now as well. I don't want to see Golden Hand. He's only got 1170, so he's got to stay for a little bit. He's really got to try to clear up these last hits on the minions. Otherwise, yeah, he's not going to get any gold. He didn't get anything, so he's kind of stuck right now. He'll get his Boots 3, but you know, he's going to be a little bit behind.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a rough lane. I mean, especially when you're already going up against a Bologna, it's going to be hard for you. Although earlier he was winning the bullying match. Right now, Xenon Hawk taking more than advantage of that.
That's that Boots 3. Yeah, I mean, all of a sudden, like, again, he gets the first blood, gets the plus 500 gold, able to teleport in. I mean, that little advantage of Boots 3 is so important. And, you know, again, I always talk about the small power spikes. You got to take advantage of that. Xenon Hawk keeps his opponent in lane, really bullies it, makes him lose a couple more pressure, you know, a couple more minions and keep that lead going. Now it's both equal with the Boots 3, but either way.
And I like the call right there he just had. He rotates over into the jungle, and he knows he can't fully steal away that speed buff, but he at least takes the small minions away, gets that experience, and takes that from Tubby Turkeys. And this is kind of like the slow burn for Monkey Businesses. We don't really need to fight you all the time. We just have to out-farm you. And so far, they've been doing that relatively well. And I mean, speaking of farm, now I'm flipping over here to the duo lane. We have the Oracle Harpies just now spawning up. Tubby Turkeys should be able to clear this one out. Ratcheteer throwing out his dot, trying to steal it away, but that's going to be the free vision there for the Turkeys.
The only thing you can do is throw out the Rising Dawn, see if maybe the tick ends up grabbing it. Almost. Glavis, though, coming over here on the left-hand side, setting up a little bit of a gank on Bud Pop. We'll see if he ends up going for it. Going to get rooted out is Bud Pop, and he's going to get the aggressor. Bud Pop has no idea Glavis is here.
Right now, it's looking like the aggression is going to be bad for him. Fear No Evil going to be coming down right into the wall. One more hit. The Suns are dropped. The Monkey will get the kill right there. And there's some aggression all around, but that's going to be the first blood for the Turkeys there online onto the Hunbats. Just give them a little bit going for him, and that's exactly what you want to see out of Hunbats. Rotation, throw the ult down, back, spin the gold, come back, do it all over again.
Well, you know what I want to see is some wards and some communication. Obviously, the jungler was missing. Where's the call out? Hey, you know, where's the ward saying that, you know, Hunbats could be around someplace near, you know, near the deep end to sit there and do that. Budpop thinks he has a 1v1, and he honestly decides to go aggressive versus a Kern. Not obviously the best fight, but if he hits the ricochet, maybe he has a chance. Once he misses the ricochet, that fight was over for him.
Yeah, and really when it comes down to it, I feel like he might have been complacent. I mean, we at this point have been about 6 minutes in. That's the first fight that we've seen over on the left-hand side, other than maybe the Oracle Harpies, which wasn't much of a fight when it came down to it. So maybe he was thinking, okay, you know what, we're just going to be farming. We're going to do the whole, you know, Season 2 allied thing, sit back, farm until we're level 20, and then all of a sudden we're in the team fights again. But right now, that's exactly what Glavis doesn't want to let happen. And honestly, letting Hu Yi get ahead like that can definitely hurt your team.
Yeah, and again, I mean, just taking the 1v1 that early and missing it, just putting yourself in a little bit of a more aggressive position is always, you know, always going to hurt you. And then again, Fear No Evil, one of the best ultimates in the game, regardless of what you want to say. And the Monkey actually ends up getting the kill, which is pretty good about the Sacred Monkey. I thought he was actually going to get away. It was pretty close to the minions, but the bounces got him.
And really, right now, I'm looking for Glavis using his ult that early, getting that little bit of extra gold from the early kill. He's going to be getting cooldown. Right? He's going to be going for that. That ult's going to be coming up more often. At this point, it's one of those things. I'd rather see a Hunbats pull the trigger and not get the kill. And speaking of pulling the trigger right now, Mango going in. Fear No Evil going to come down. Viper just erased off the board. Stopping Power going to get the sash onto Mango, but the rest of the Turkeys don't really want to fight. They got what they wanted for, and they're just going to go on for like retreat. And Budpop with the rotation over. Sham going to be in danger. The Disapparate coming down. The Sun's going to be good. The Sun's going to be dropped as well, and that's going to be a return kill right there. Stopping Power, though, stayed a little bit too long. Going to fall down, and with the pigs being brought out, Hawk going to be forced to retreat.
A lot of fighting going on in the mid lane, a lot of rotations coming in from the solo lane side of things, and ooh, the Budpop will not get the cheeky bounce to stop Mango or hit Mango, but still ended up respecting it to the fact that Mango will take a step back, and well, he'll get some of this red experience, and then he'll end up taking his trip back to base. Overall, fight goes the Tubby Turkey's way. They got 3 kills on the board versus 2 in that engagement. Again, this is all Glavis and all Hunbats.
All on the back of that ult too, just being in the perfect time to be able to throw it out and reading the positioning of Monkey Business. And right now, that's pretty much evened up the game. A lot of this, the gold, the experience has been sitting in favor of Monkey Business because of their farming. But right now, it's starting to switch away, although a kill of the Hun going to take a little bit of poke there over in the left-hand side of the jungle. But at this point, not a huge lead for either team. It looks like Tubby Turkeys have kind of swung the experience in their favor, but it's really going back and forth between the two teams. Whichever one kind of takes the next fight, probably the next big objective really with Gold Fury, that's going to be the one that finally has a cemented lead.
Yeah, I mean, who's going to make the first mistake is the name of the game, and that's really the way we've been playing lately. It's not like, you know, a couple months ago when the season first came out and everything, when we were going through these splits, it always seemed to be obviously a super early game aggression one, and, you know, you had to do this, you had to do that. Now it's like, all right, hey, let's go ahead and wait. And again, the games are going longer typically, and that's good in a sense because it allows for a little bit more team compositions to go ahead and be built around, you know, what's going to happen. Oh, if the game goes 25 minutes, you know, we can't afford to select this character. But, you know, we'll see how they're able to do it and how early a mistake comes.
Yeah, and I mean, the one thing that's flashing through my head is, you know, we've seen so many of these games, like you said, that go like, you know, the 30-plus minutes, they're battling, they actually have a chance for their composition for picks and bans to really impact their decisions. And the only thing flashing in my head is yesterday, the Clown Fiesta that was going on in EU that ended up with, like, I think it was 83 kills. And they were just, it was playing Arena on the Conquest map. Right now, though, we're seeing kind of like the opposite of that. The aggression not coming out just yet, although Glavis looking for something. Viper once again going to be the target right there in the mid lane. Circle protection, not going to protect you there. And that's going to be another kill for the Monkey.
This is why Isis isn't selected anymore. I mean, obviously has the good clear. Ratchet here going to find himself in a little bit of trouble. There goes the offensive Dazzling. Going to end up getting the self-res as Awesome Jake is doing everything he can, taking the tower and up in the air he goes. Ratchet here is still alive.
Now, right now, it's going to be one down for Awesome Jake. Mango getting relatively low right there as well. Sham, Glavis now having to force Speed run away. Hawk, though, going to be able to clean up a little bit of kill of the Hun. You're slowed. Beat chase down, overhand smash, trying to get some return.
Oh, mystical.
Hawk does not care too much, although the CC should be good here. Question is he going to dive? And the answer is yes, he's going to go for it. Misses the bludgeon, though, misses the kill, gets stunned out, and is going to just kind of have to fall down right there.
That's stunned.
Still, I mean, that's a worthwhile rotation for him.
Yeah, no, he came around in great use of the bludgeon. I mean, look, you know, bludgeon is so strong. Gotta watch out. Can't take the Skull Fury Zeon Hawk. There you go. And they're gonna pop the frenzy real quick. They'll at least get the Gold Fury. Glavis has no opportunity to sit there and get in there. He's way too low HP, and with no ultimate, he's not getting any of those kills.
That was just the clean turnaround. Like, I don't think I would have expected Monkey Business to make that call with how low some of the health bars were, but like you said, just pop the frenzy, burst it down, get it as fast as you can. No one could react on Tubby Turkey, so it's the perfect time for them to be able to go for that.
It's only a 10-minute goal favor
now.
Yeah. It's low health bar. You know, you can sit there and get that in 10 minutes. You had enough people there, no ultimates, but you know, if you got enough damage plus the frenzy online, it was you know, it was easily take. And then, you know, again, shout outs to Zeon Hawk really making that rotation. Turns it all around, like I said, comes through. Bludgeon really scares the whole other team back, especially with that Mystical Mail online.
As one of those, what we've seen so far is kind of the story, like you had said, not only with, you know, with Bologna just making the rotation, sitting level 12, tied for the top in the game right now, but Isis, Viper right now, killed twice off just for the same thing, essentially coming down to where, and that's going to be where the weak link is. And I remember at one point talking to one of my friends about an Isis pick in the mid lane and how she can be relatively good early on, and his response was literally, all she does is just die, because that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she doesn't really have a true escape mechanic. I mean, the Wind Gust is nice, but it's not an escape mechanic per se. And she's not a Ra where you could actually be a little bit further back and kind of position yourself and kind of do things with the snipe. She's a very different type of character. I mean, the only snipe is really the stun with the Spirit Ball and so on. It's a character that you have to really have a good composition around. I don't know if Kepri is maybe the right support to sit there and keep around with her, but Bud Pop and Kill of the Hun going at it and just got completely baited by the ult.
Now Bud Pop possibly going to get stunned out right here. The dash going to be good. The sun's going to be dropped. He's low, but he does get the return right there. The sun's just enough damage. He hit the autos he needed. Yeah, that's absolutely worth it. You have two on you. You can take one down with you. That's going to be just screaming worth for the ADC here for Monkey Business.
Yeah, I mean, again, especially since earlier, I don't know if the camera ended up catching it, but Kill of the Hun really got baited hard by Bud Pop as far as using the ultimate. And again, Kern's ult isn't instant, so I mean, Huiz just jumps out the way and was like, all right, I got this. Gets out there and really looked like he was going to be a bad situation, but nice turnaround for him to at least get the kill.
Yeah, it's another one of those you really want to either try to
kill, actually. So not even a killer got that other one, so even better, really.
And speaking of Bacchus, up in the air is the Naja stopping power, taking him up. Circle of protection drop. They want Mango dead, and dead he will be. That was just a lot dropped into the support, but I guess they get the kill out of it. 2 ults used for 1, but it opens up the Portal Demon, which it seems like the goal was, but honestly, kind of would have preferred for Viper to hold on to that circle of protection if they were going to make the rotation for
it's you know, just like Vulcan is one of those guys that you can't really try to do an objective. Who, you know, Ubots is the same way. There's their Eagles rally over the top, and also Jake gets eliminated.
Right now, they're forcing Hunbats to jump away. Jake just erased. Like, he was there, and then he wasn't there. And now Portal Demon should be relatively clean. Glavis did back away. Ultimately, with Fear No Evil being burnt there, he did get them off of it, but because it wasn't a steal, because it was a secure Monkey Business, just kind of laugh it off and go back. Now they've taken pretty much all the objectives in this game.
That was, I guess I got to, when looking at that play, I guess it comes down to also Jake's stopping power and Glavis are in a 1v1, and both mutually decided to sit there and part ways as rotations were kind of coming through.
All right, now I'm looking for a Kill of the Hun's impact as he's rotated over from the dual lane. Bud Pop's here as well. Sun's up. I mean, right now we have the Figs up as well. Going to be dropping the Suns onto no one, essentially, right there. Bud Pop and the Ratcheteer throwing out his ult as well. Both just kind of being burnt. Not entirely sure what their thought process was for that one.
I mean, that was just one of those, like, hey, I guess I'm a little bit in trouble. I'll throw the ult down. I'll scare some people and just kind of hang outside of it for a second. Because you saw him run into the ult, which is what Hui players will do. Like, when a Hui player thinks he's in trouble, let me just throw down the ult. I'll stand inside of it. No one wants to fight me inside of this thing. You know, that's typically the concept because you're slowed. It's annoying. It does a lot of damage. So normally you're relatively safe when you're inside your ult. But, you know, so he'll take that. Ratcheteer also kind of throwing his up. They'll hopefully be back up before the next big engagement, which at the rate this is going, I mean, we had Gold Fury, we had a Portal Demon. I mean, are these guys going to go for like a 20-minute fire giant and try to push? Because Monkey Business, I mean, they're at about 2,000 gold, and they seem to be able to clean these objectives up pretty nice.
And that seems to be the way that things are going to be going for them. Just so far, again, the team fights going back and forth between the two teams. One team can kind of take up, oh, we did a 3-for-2 trade. And then the next game, oh, well, we did a 3-for-2 trade. And each fight going back and forth. But the objectives are going to be the ones that really kind of spill this. So far, no towers have fallen yet. But with the Gold Fear and the Portal Demon both going in favor of Monkey Business, they've been kind of able to cultivate their lead enough to try and push forward. As now we're going to see Fear No Evil in the mid lane. Viper once again off the board immediately. Stopping power goes up in the sky with Sham looking to try and pick up a return kill. Will find it.
Both mid laners.
And right now,
man.
Glavis actually crits going to be galore and take you down no problem. Naja is not worried about your health bar.
Naja doesn't even have any crit online yet, just got the auto passive crit with the 3 and the sash. I mean, got the maces going. So, I mean, we kind of gave Viper a little bit of a hard time being 0-4 on the Soul, but let's also realize that 0-4 Sham. Both mid laners having a little bit of struggle here in this game as Ratcheteer is really trying to just get out of here. Root going to be good. Akilla Han going to have to back on out, and so is Mango. Tier 1 tower going to fall after their frenzy gets popped. Awesome Jake making the rotation, but might be for nothing.
Yeah, at this point, it looks like he wants to fight, but he's not entirely sure.
Can't really fight.
He should go in. Yeah, you want to go in. It's like, I have my ult, guys. I have full health, full mana. Let me just fight. And then it's like, yeah, there's 4 of them. You have to remember there's 4 of them. Math doesn't add up.
I mean, you can 1v4 as a warrior, right? I mean, isn't that what warriors do? I mean, well,
at this point, maybe enough to fight. I would say he could fight Bud Pop and Xenon Hawk maybe right now.
Well,
but add in Ratcheteer to get some extra CC. Yeah, I know. I agree. You should have gone for the steal right there.
Yeah, that's like where you have to realize that the Gold Fury is happening. You got to be like, all right, well, everyone left the mid lane. I wonder what objective they could be on. They all went left. It's like you got to be going for the Gold Fury, and you do have an amazing ultimate that can stop them. So, I mean, awesome, Jag. I think in that instance, you do have to at least attempt to slow them down to buy some time for your team. But another Gold Fury going to go the way, and that's, again, a little bit more toward that lead. Gore, looking at the graphs, this game has started to open up.
Yeah, we're sitting a little bit under 17 minutes. 3,700 experience, 4,900 gold right there, all in favor of them. Looking to try and take a chunk of it down. That right-hand tower, the tier 1 for Monkey Business, is so close to dead that it is actually just slightly bothersome to see the tower icon still there.
It's just dark, yeah. It's just like, oh, yeah, we're completely, I mean, it's got a sliver of HP going on there. I mean, just anything. We'll take it down, but hey, they don't have credit for that structure just yet. And well, awesome Jake then have to dash away as he again one more time in trouble.
Yeah, the rotations coming out from Monkey Business actually forcing 4-man coming out from Tubby Turkeys just to reply. Allow Glavis, I think, to fall back here because he's half health, half mana. Doesn't want to fight, but now the whole squad's coming up right now. Mango going to get stunned out, taken down. Ricochet going to be good. He's going to ult, try to get some damage down, get the Intoxicate around, but still managing to live. Xenon Hawk going to be able to finally clean that one up. The tier 1 falling soon after, and this looks like the assault for the tier 2. Right now, I see a split Persian Kernanos, which is going to be Tubby Turkey's saving grace. But the question is, can he take that as fast as we're going to see this tower fall? There's the dazzling offense come through. The stun going to be good. Stopping power erased off the board. Sham, credit for that one. Glavis in the backline with the Fear No Evil. Going to get a return till onto Ratcheteer. But Xenon Hawk's looking for the tower. It's so close, not going to be able to get it though. Now, more than likely going to die. The Bracer going to keep him alive a little bit longer. There's 3 here.
Yeah, I mean, at this point in time, Glavis is going to get another kill. And Kern, a kill of the Hun. You know, a little old freight train special, what I like to call when I play ADC. You're like, oh crap, I didn't make the rotation to the team fight. You're just praying to the Smite gods that your team wins the fight somehow, some way, so you can get some towers out of it. And shout outs, yeah, they lost a tier 1 pretty easily, to which you expect, but they hold the tier 2. You know, so good job by Turkeys, able to hold on to that tier 2. And Kill of the Hun actually able to push a tier 1 and a T2 down. They lost some members, but honestly, it's back to 10-10. The gold deficit really gets lowered a ton because they're able to take out the tier 1 and tier 2 on the left. They get that tier 1 finally on the right. I think they just got Portal as well. Yep. Overall, I mean, honestly, the split push works out because this team's able to win the team fight. Like, there you go.
Monkey Business came in. They were like, look, you know, we're the ones who are going to win this. We've got a big stick to beat you with. And then it all falls on their head. Glavis now 1 hit away. Fire Giant sitting a little bit below half health. The pig's coming down. Ratcheteer going to get chased away.
Glavis.
Goal is Glavis. Bud Pop going to fall for it. Glavis still alive in the line, in the back line, trying to stay alive as best as he can. Sham taking it up into the sky, coming down 1 hit away from death, and that's all it will take. But no one's able to find it just yet. The knockups, the CC, all going to be good enough for him to get out of here. That's 2 members now from Tubby Turkeys who have gotten away with no health. Stopping power taken down. That should have been a 2 for 2, but Glavis has returned.
The comeback is real.
And Tubby Turkeys are taking this fight.
The comeback is so real. Glavis is 9-1 right now. He got away with absolute murder. I mean, let's be realistic here. This guy just came out of nowhere. Neja blinks. Stopping power goes in, tries to blink on top of Glavis. He has a hot backstep juke to the right. He goes skirt. He stops real quick. Doesn't get any of the abilities. Stopping power doesn't know where to go. He jumps over the wall, uses a Fear into Evil, and then still gets away. This Apparate comes up at the perfect time to keep Sham alive, and all of a sudden, 2 members that should have died live and turn the whole fight around, and all of a sudden, this game is 100% Tubby Turkeys.
There were 6 towers, there were 12 towers standing all across the board just a couple minutes ago, and now none left standing for Monkey Business. Gold full in favor of Tubby Turkeys. Experience full in favor. Xenon Hawk up against the wall. Fear no Evil trying to just crit him down. There are 3v2 here right now that's going to be quickly rotated on. Mango getting low though, going to get taken down. Now this is the chance where we might see Tubby Turkeys start to throw. That's the same aggression we saw Monkey Business lose their lead because of, and it looks like we're going to see them all run away. Right now the pig's coming out. Aquila going to be able to use that to run away, and that was a good disengage.
That was a really good. Old Sham going to be in Disapparate. He should be fine. He's going to get out of it. So, yeah, I mean, really now the only objectives available is going to be this Gold Fury for them plus Oracles if they want to go ahead and attempt to stop that. But still a Fire Giant-led squad. The only member not having it on the board is going to be Mango the support. Not the biggest deal in the world right there, to be honest. But, I mean, again, you got to give it to the Tubby Turkeys. That defense on the tier 2 by the right-hand side, you know, would – I honestly thought that was going to be game over. I thought Monkey Business was going to walk down the lane because Aquila the Hun was split pushing. I'm like, oh, this is a 5v4. I don't know if they can win this fight without Aquila. And they somehow do because of Glavis. I mean, that's really what it comes down to is they win the fight because of Glavis. And that just opened up everything. I mean, the past 3 minutes of this game have been absolutely upside down.
And when you look at it, Tubby Turkeys, they have 14 kills. 9 of those are on the back of Glavis, and the other 2 are assists right there. He has 11 out of 14 coming down for it, and he's the one who's leading the way right now. Actually, Mango leading the way for his team. Fear no Evil going to come down. Ratcheteer bursted down. Xenon Hawk, the next target, stunned away. The sun's coming out. Viper going to have some impact in the game so far as he is able to kind of help zone for his team, help keep them alive. Up in the sky is going to go Glavis, taking 6 coming down. 1 hit down off the board. Viper now, though. Poor Isis.
Yeah, I mean, Viper can't really do anything right here. Stopping power also going to end up going down, so both junglers taking a spill. I mean, more or less getting Glavis off the board is really, really key. But here's the issue. You got a Soul plus a Current. I mean, this tower is just going to absolutely get melted. Bubhop trying to do what he can. Xenon Hawk, he's just trying to run away. Aquila the Hun will get the shot. The pigs are out. Xenon Hawk going back to base. Into the pen he goes. And, well, Mid Phoenix will fall. They have options left, right, or what are they going to do? They actually look like the back go to speed buff.
Now with that, the first Phoenix is going to fall, and that's going to open up a little bit more here for Tubby Turkeys. And Glavis being really the only big casualty for them in that fight. It sucks to lose your jungler. Now he's not going to have as good stats when it comes down to it. He's now 9-2, but still having the same impact.
How dare they ruin his KDA? How dare they ruin his KDA?
Yeah, look, stat padding, that's all it's all going to be about. He's looking for top damage right now. He's looking to be the #1 on the leaderboards. He wants that MVP call.
Yeah, WizKid, you know, he gives special prizes to the MVP. I don't know. You got to have the stats going on, man. We got to make sure we keep CC stats, you know, top notch as possible. Can't be going into the SPL. You know, obviously when you're getting scouted, they're looking at KDA. They're like, 9-2, what a scrub. He should have got 9-1. Like, see, that could be the difference between I was making an SPL roster or not. I mean, it's like, come on.
At this point, he's
I doubt that really is.
I mean, yeah, no, that's 100%. Yeah. Look, there's a reason that Sheikah and Sam for Soccer are no longer on the SPL rosters they were on. It's because those flash lines just weren't good enough. They weren't keeping up enough for that paycheck. But as it stands
Man Ray's Volcanote was good enough.
Man Ray.
That was
poor
top,
Man Ray.
That was top 5 fail of all time. That's another story for another time. Anyways, Portal Demon got taken and Mango walking his way through.
Yeah, at this point, Tubby Turkeys looking to keep themselves ahead, keep themselves ready. I mean, all ults are on the board right now. Monkey Business is looking for a position where they're going to be able to fight. The problem I've seen with them so far, Viper has not been able to throw out Circle of Protection before getting killed, and even when he's been able to, it hasn't been enough to save his life.
What do you think about this, the Neja? I mean, obviously Stopping Power kind of leading the way. Both junglers doing everything they can for both sides, but no crit yet on the Neja. Going for the Titan's Bane, pure power with the Shifter Shield as well. Didn't go for that Deathbringer, like, 4th item like we normally see to get those extra crits on the ult. overall, I normally like the crits. I mean, what do you kind of think about this before this fight starts?
Honestly, I think the crits are a little bit better, but I kind of like the idea of getting the pin to try and burst down targets just a little bit faster depending on how it goes, although stopping power, not going to have the chance to do that. Going to get taken down. First blood for the fight going in favor of Glavis as he continues to push them away. A nice ult using to separate it, but all 5 burnt down immediately by Tubby Turkeys. They're going to be chasing these kills. Bud Pop, a couple hits away, should be the next one to fall. It's going to be a big old crit right there for Glavis. And now Viper... Yeah. He has the res on him, but honestly, it looks like Tubby Turkeys are just going to eat through it. Actually, they'll just patiently wait it out. One hit, going to be able to get the kill. 2 left, 2 tanky targets, but really right now, this is just the open pot for Tubby Turkeys.
I mean, this is pretty much the game right here. I mean, Ratcheteer's going to end up falling as well. You got 4 members ready to rock and roll. Actually, all 5, my bad. And yeah, they're here, and that's going to end up being the game.
Yeah, just bursting it down. A couple more hits is all it's going to take. Looking like they're going to try and get that little bit of extra damage down. Get the deicide right at the end just to be a little cheeky. Then kill the Titan. The first game, first blood of the day going to Tubby Turkeys there. And honestly, I mean, that was Monkey Business's game until that tier 2 fight.
It was back and forth for about 12.5 minutes, it seemed like. And then right around there is Monkey Business. You know, I think I had mentioned, hey, let's look at the graphs. They're up about 5,000. Really starting to open up the game. And then, yeah, that fight, that split push left and fight on the tier 2, just 5v4 didn't go their way.
Looking at it, of course, Glavis there sitting 20k player damage, almost, well, he's 10k above 2 other members on his team, but they were the tanky targets. Really looking at it, Sham 7k behind, 3k behind was their ADC. 11, 2, and 6, he had the big impact. He did exactly what you need from a Hunbats. Throw the ult down, separate the team, get the crits you need, and kill whoever is in your way. And unfortunately for Viper, that was pretty much only him.
Yeah, I mean, that was just the ISIS pick didn't work. Monkey Business has another game. Let's see what they ended up doing in game number 2 as far as the mid lane selection. Obviously, Sham didn't have a great early game as well, but late game was able to kind of do the damage they needed.
And with that, we'll have to go to a short break as we get the next game ready for you. Right now, Tubby Turkey's leading the way, but we'll have to see what Monkey Business can retaliate after a few more minutes.